Here, custom corpses. Hopefully, some people come on. And all right, I don't even know what time it is. Anybody out there? Hello, hello, hello. You know what? I am going to do that. I'm going to put this on the stand. Let's put it on the stand. Yeah, well. Give me a second here, folks. Anybody out there? Because there's one watching. Little heads up. I've got my silicone, my Rebound 25, and my hard cast. And I also have the Thivax. That's going to be the thickener. And this is what we're doing. Hang on, let me tighten this down. It's loose as hell for some reason. Wow, really? What's going on here? Oh, I'm loosening it. That's why. I think. There it goes. Okay. There it goes. Okay. So, Slipknot. Not yet. Well, I think I did. It's been a while since I've been on. I've been really busy with a lot of things. So this is prepped. This sculpture is prepped, but I need to put it over here to the side. Hold on. Put it over here, so it's out of the way, so I can sit down. Let me zoom in. Zoomed in too much. There we go. And I want to look at, I'm going to open up my thing here so I can read the text. So, guys, go ahead and text away. I'm going to catch up to what you're talking about in a minute. Block this. I'm still going to do a little bit of, it's a little shiny, as you can see. Hold on. I'm trying to get my chair where it needs to be. And I'll move this back out of the way as soon as I get it started up. I guess I can't see. Oh, come on. Open up. Power on. Takes a while to fire this up for some reason. 100%. Come on. I want you guys to see the sculpture. Anyway, come on. Why is this not more firing up here? There it goes. Okay, I have to hold it. No, I never get used to this. I don't even know what it's called. Android. I don't know. Whatever these things are. I use my phone and my computer majority of the time. I only use this for reading text, reading you guys, so I can see your text. But I'll give a spin around with this. I'm going to show you what I've done to it. I've been off camera a lot. I've been really busy. open. What is all this? What? I hate these things. I really do. I don't like them. They're not fast enough to not. Just... I'm just trying to get to. Trying to get to. Up, down. What are we doing here? What is going on? I'm just trying to get to YouTube. What is up with this thing? Swipe to open. Finally. Jesus. Took forever to get that thing to pop up. I don't know why it's so slow. The internet's been crappy too. I don't know if it's been good for you guys or bad for you guys, but it's been horrible for me. And I have Verizon Fios, so I don't know what's going on. Come on, open up. Whew, man. Talk about slow. What's going on here? I don't know. 40. I need to go to my channel. There, finally. Jesus. Bring it back a little bit so you guys can see what. Okay, Slipknot, hello. Slipknot, did you check out the mask? What's that? I don't know what that is. What in the world? What is all this? I just had it, some stupid thing popped up on me. Oh, here we go again. I gotta go back. How do I go back? Come on. Jesus. See, a little thing popped up here and I accidentally hit it. And it took me to another video. All right. Okay, hello, Slipknot. Did you check out the mask collection video I recommended? Yeah, I did look at that. They're they're really good. They were good masks. They were cool. It was a good collection. I was thinking I could message. I was thinking you could message those guys and let them know about the mask you're selling. Yeah, but I'm not ready for that yet. I'm just. I could, and I will be. Let me see. I need this back a little bit further so it's not, there we go, right, you're blocking your view of what the sculpture is. All right, so Anyway, you'll see this clay around the base of the neck. Well, if you look at this thing as a bucket, you turn it upside down. That's so when I go to slush cast inside the master mold hole, it's good because this is one big hole. If you look at it, once I make the silicone over top of it, and it becomes one big hole, this base here becomes like a little rim around the bucket. So when you're slush casting, you don't spill a lot of clay. Because if I take it right to the neckline like I did before, and then just leave it flat and squared off, to get that clay or resin or whatever I decide to use inside the silicone mold, you get a lot of spillage, because but with this added rim around here, I'll be able to roll it all the way up to the very edge of this and get a really nice really fine pour that I can just cut the excess off. I could have spillage all the way up around here. Anyway, to get to it. All right, Slipknot, I think they would definitely be interested in your work. I think this is going to really sell. I think it's going to be I think this is going to be a really big one. I've refined. I'll tell you what I've done to this thing. I've refined the lips even better. I sunk this corner down a little further because it looked too straight across. If you look at it now, what is up with this? What is up with this? What is up with this? I'm sorry, internet is so crappy that it's dropping every time you turn around. What is up? Why? Go to my channel. Thank you. Now it's still doing this. Why? Let it fire up first. It's taking forever. Closing. Why is this closing? It shouldn't be closing like that. Sit and spin, and it shuts down. Look at this, guys. See what I'm dealing with? This is the crap I'm putting up with. Internet sucks. Watch what happens. It just closes. Boom. Closes down. I'm open. I can't constantly open it, and it shuts down. And I use this to read your comments, so I don't have to be on the phone. But I'm going to have to pull that phone up. Finally. I don't know what the hell's going on. The internet's really bad, man. It's been bad for about a week. Yeah, you know what? I am going to clean this. This isn't the screen doing this. This is the internet, though. This is, but I am going to clean the screen because I've had clay fingers and dirty hands touching the screen. But so I changed the logo on the back of this. All right, let me give you my changes. Let's see what we did here. Okay, so if you look at this corner of the lip is now dipping down the right way. It looks, I just wish I could get more shadowing. I got this light that's blaring right on top of it. Let's see if it's a little less. better, but you can see it's sunk down the way it's supposed to be. Now, the little bubbles back in the mouth, the lips are perfect. I mean, I have this thing nailed. Yo, Banduma. Yeah, this really is on the money. This is really on the money. I fixed this cheek. This cheek looks better now. It's more prominent. You can see that shadowing in here now. What else did I do? Oh, I made the tip. I shaved the ends here on the tip of the nose, so you have that triangular look from the shadowing that's supposed to be there. It was too rounded. I fixed the chin. The chin is rounded. It looks really on the money now. It's really there. And I have the jaw bumps right here. I put those in. This is for the rim around the base of this thing is so when you're slush casting, I have access. In other words, the rim will be all the way up and around that thing. So all I have to do is slush cast it, and it'll go all the way up into the mask area. And then you just trim it. You just trim off the excess. All right, so I changed the logo in the back. There's a reason why I changed the logo on the back. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I changed the logo in the back because I want my logo to be up underneath the hairline. All right. So the custom corpses stayed exactly where it was. I did away with the FB78 right here on the neck. So now when the hair's on it, you won't see any of this. You won't see any of this. All right. Now how I put the rows. How many Myers heads have I sculpted so far? Let me finish what I'm talking about here, and then I'll answer that question, Slipknot. Okay, I have to think about it. That's why I need the time to think about that. All right, so the first row of hair gets put in right here, right above the custom corpses, and it'll hang down so you won't see it. All right. The second row of hair goes right here, right between the FB78 and the V2. The V2, FB78. Much smaller lettering, but it's because I had to go above my custom corpses. I don't want to change. I didn't want to take this off of here because it was just so much work to sculpt that into that mask. So I left it there, and instead of putting it down below the V2 FB78, I put it above my. So it's the V2 FB78 by Custom Corpses. All right, that's the new logo on the back of the head, and I think it's better for everybody because you won't see any of that because the hair will be right about here, and it'll hide it. Especially up in here, you won't see any of this. You take the hair off, you get it rehauled, it's there. You know, it's only to let people know that actually overhaul it or whatever, that it's actually it's made by me anyway. So I refined the ears. They look really good. The jawline is now improved. It has the squaring. It's square, and then it drops it square now the way the mask is. There's the bump out. There's the bumps on the jaw right in here. Same on this side, and it dropped again. What the hell is going on? I don't know what it is. Now it won't even open. Finally. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm sorry, guys. It's the internet. It's crashing. It's constantly crashing on me. I don't know what the hell's going on. Banduma, the FB2 looks amazing. I think so too. I think I really have this thing nailed. This thing is going to be really, really if you don't get one of these masks, man, you're not a fan. You're not a fan. This is going to be a really big seller. I think it's going to be very hard to keep in stock. Uh, yeah, I even refined the this area here, so it looks really good. I mean, this really is it's so nice. Really isn't it? Really nice. You know, um, I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this. This is it. This is the last FB7. This will be the last flashback mask that I make. And what I'm going to do is once I silicone, which I had just put at the beginning of the video, right underneath of where the phone is, I have all my silicone. I have all my silicone right there. I don't know if you can see my hand. It's right here, the silicone, right underneath of where the camera is. Next week, I was going to start siliconing this before the weekend, but I've got so much going on this weekend. It's Irish weekend, so all you Irish people, go, go, go. I'm not really Irish, but nothing wrong with being Irish. So I got a busy weekend ahead of me. I got music to deal with, and I'm going to do it after the weekend. I'm going to silicone this bad boy, and then we're going to start the process of making the FB78 in 3 different sizes. And I also have the LC that I'll be working on and finishing that up. The LC is the life cast mask. You're ready to order now, Banduma. I hear you, buddy. I am just as excited for you guys as I am for the excitement. Yeah, I'm making money. Great, that's great. But the most important thing is this has been a struggle to really nail this thing, and I think I really even the eyebrow. I don't know if you can see that real good, but the detail that's right there, it looks so on the money. It's just really, I'm not tooting my own horn, but man, this is a struggle to get this thing to look this good. It is really hard. The head shape is really hard to do. The LC, I'm going to be closing the eyes on that. I thought about keeping it as a Myers mask, but I'm gonna make it into a Kirk mask. So this way, people have the option. They can have they can have the mask sent off to somebody and rehaired, painted, and made into any version they want. They can actually make it into a H2, make it a Halloween 1, or you can turn it into a Captain Kirk mask. You'll have that option, but I'm going to sculpt the eyes back into the LC mask. That's my plan going forward. I really love this flashback. I really love it. Let me see if you guys can see the profile. Now see, because this neck has a natural slant, if the head's, I can't pull it up, because if I pull it up off of here, it's the clay's holding this down. I don't want that to come off. All right, so, and it's nice and tight onto the surface here, so I don't want that. I can't pull it away. But because there's a natural cut on a slant like this, it makes the head look like it's leaning back. That's an illusion. The head actually, if I tilt this straight right up like this, that's the actual angle. Let me see if I can show you. That's the actual, see, that's the slant in the neck. That's the actual slant. To get that face vertical, that's how it sits on your neck. And you need that slant because you need that slant there because, hold on, there it goes. You need that slant in the neck because your shoulders, if that neck was straight across, your shoulder would actually interfere with the mask laying on your head. And this is going to be I'm thinking I'm going to make this into a 26, a 25, and a 24-inch mask. Roughly. I don't know the exact size yet. I got to see how it goes when it comes to shrinking up. Hopefully it shrinks up to the 24-inch that I really want it to be. Right now, we're going to see. We're going to see. But the silicone is going to be really, man, that's going to be something. That's going to be nice. And I'm still, yep, man, that looks really good. I'm really happy with the way this looks. The jawline is so good. It's like really there. It's not too heavy on one side and too light on the other. I've seen so many masks where the jawline never looks correct. Some guys lean. You can always tell a lefty, somebody that's left-handed over somebody that's a right-handed person. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to be naturally more accurate on the right side. The left side becomes a struggle to work on because you have to work with your left hand. And I'm not left-handed. And that's why it's really difficult to work on the left side of the sculpture and to get it as accurate as the other. It's hard to get it balanced. That's the right word. To get it really balanced so it looks really good on both sides equally. There's so many struggles with this. It's just unbelievable. But this chin, man, I really nailed this now. And this little crevice here, a lot of people don't get this right. I've seen a lot of masks that don't. With the screen used mask, there's a bump right here and a bump right there. There's little bumps and there's this dent right in the center, all right? And then this crevice goes up. It goes up further. I didn't have, the chin was a little too flat in this area. So it wasn't showing this, showing this correctly. Didn't look right. So I fixed that. You know, there's just so many things I tweaked with it. How long have I, Go Dogs, I've only been doing this since COVID. I never worked with clay in my life prior to COVID. I've been an artist my whole life. I've been a painter, I used to whittle, so I do have whittling. I don't know if you know what whittling is, but whittling is like carving fish I actually made a shark about this big, a great white shark once upon a time, out of wood. I whittled out of wood. Yes, God-given talent, no doubt. You know, praise God, because without it, because you can't, I don't, you can learn techniques, you can learn everything, but if you don't have an eye, you're never going to really get real good at this, you know. So, and it struggled. I struggled with this. I did. You know, everybody that's been on here has seen me struggle because I'd get a little something right, and this wasn't quite looking right. And I'm working with a three-dimensional object here. So, whenever you make a change here, it affects the way this looks on the side. You change, you know, any little change that you make, it's a three-dimensional world, and you got to make sure your profile looks right. This looks really on the money. The profile looks on the money. Yeah, well, you know what? I discontinued my first version. And I'll tell you the two things I didn't like the way it turned out. The eye cuts were too big, and these are perfect now. These eye cuts are perfect. They're the right size. The other eye cuts were too big, and the lips were a little too thin. And I might be nitpicking a little bit, but I don't want to put that mask out there anymore. I don't want to put it out there unless somebody begs me for it. You know what I mean? Then I'll give them one. But also, some good news, guys. You'll be able to buy blanks, but only if I send them off to like certain people to paint it, because I don't want to have blanks going out to anybody that can copy it. That's something we have to avoid. So if you were to buy my blank, it's going to be $250 for a blank. Now there's a couple guys on here that I haven't seen any of you yet, But there's a couple guys that get free masks because they've been with me for a long time through this process, and I'm a man of my word, and I will stick to my word. It's just been a really long process getting to this point where I've gotten a perfected mask, and they get one of these, and so. But the good news is, I will be selling this at $250 for blanks. Now, the only thing is, I have a stipulation. I'm also working with James Carter. If you guys don't know who James Carter is, research him. He's the best painter, as far as I'm concerned. He's the best painter out there, but he is very expensive. You get his mask. If you get this mask and you get it painted by him, you've just upped your quality of mask by tenfold. And I don't mean quality, because I'm not bad at painting, but I'm not nowhere near as good as he is. And I think his paint scheme on this mask, because the first thing I'm doing, I already worked out something with him. We were talking about it. He's really excited about this. He really loves this sculpture. So he's going to paint up, I'm going to give him one to keep, and he's going to paint me up one, and for me to keep. And that's going to be my display. And I'll never sell it, because James Carter's masks, you see a James Carter mask painted, and if it's a high quality mask like a NAG mask, they usually sell for about anywhere from $11 to $15 to $1,600. All right, so just so you know. Now, as far as the pricing of him painting the mask, that's not up to me. And as a matter of fact, all I'm going to do is send him the mask. If you just say you want a blank, the only way you get a blank is if I send the mask directly to him, all right? And he does the rehaul, but you have to work out the deal between you and him on how much he needs to get that mask painted. So, yeah, this is really going to be a nice mask. This is going to be a collector's piece. I really feel strongly about that. Now, I got Jimmy Falco, who just came out with his flashback, and I like his flashback. It looks good, but it's not cheap. It's just like this. It's going to be an expensive mask, I think, in the end. But his mask is very nice. I'm saying that publicly because I want him to know that I like his product. It's really, really nice. I think me, Nag, and Jimmy Falco are the only ones out there that are actually producing a really high quality, very close rendition of the flashback. Nobody's going to have an exact duplicate. That's impossible. I wish, but we are very close. All of us are very, very, very close at the replication of this flashback. So this is the V2 FB78 by Custom Corpses, and it is finished and it's ready for. I do want to do some. You see how it's got a little bit of shining? It's a little shiny up here, a little shiny on the cheek. I'm going to do it while we're sitting here doing this. I got to take a little nap though. Right? Take the sponge. Drain it out a little bit. And all this does is it just takes out the shine and gives it a little texture. We don't want the surface to be so slippery that the paint doesn't grab. Now what I'm doing is I'm putting a naphtha in there to soften up the outer surface of it. All right, now I'm going to go back over it in a few seconds with the other sponge to give it a real fine texture. I'm just softening up the clay a little bit. That's all I'm doing. This is finished. This bad boy is finished, and I love it. Even underneath the neck is really, really nice. It's just, everything's looking good. All right, I need a little more naphtha because I just... Now I already did the top of the head because it's textured heavily. Um, all right. Now, I need my other sponge. It's very, very fine, soft sponge. I'll show you that one. And this is for the texture. Now I'm putting barely any fluid, but this sponge is so, so fine. It's a really fine sponge. I don't want any rough surface. And I'm not pressing hard here, just slightly. And once this dries, it'll dry with no shine. You won't see any shine at all. I'm barely pressing on this. I'm not pressing too hard. Believe it or not, when it's not shiny, you see more detail. You can see more detail when it's not shiny at all. But this allow, by having that texture on there, you got to have a little texture because then your paint will stick to it really nice. The paint gives the latex a surface that will be, you know, the paint will grab to it really nice. You need that paint to be able to grab to it, or else you end up with a very slick looking. Um, Now this here has to be heavy textured right behind the right behind the glue line. I'll read your comment in a minute. Let me focus on this because I don't want to put my finger marks into this. By no means. Ooh, I got a little hole here. I'll have to repair that. The naphtha revealed that hole. There must have been a little air bubble that I wasn't aware of. It melted that hole. Yeah, baby. All right, did you get a scone?
I saw that, yeah.
I got them for you.
Okay.
All right. Love you. I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Wife's going off to work, and I'm working tonight a little bit here, as you can see. Now I'm just basically drying what's there. You have to fill that little hole. I don't want that hole there. It's a little tiny hole right there. That's about the size of a pinhead. The back of a pinhead, you know what I mean? Not even that big. Very tiny. Take some of the shine. Well, actually, you know what? No, it's better that it stays shiny because then I can see the spout. Okay, that's good. And I'll fix that little pinhole before I silicone this. But learn this lesson if you guys ever decide to do this. Whenever you put naphtha on there, you cannot touch this for probably a couple hours now. I can't do anything. I can't repair that hole until this thing hardens back up. But see all the shine's gone now. All the shine is out of there. And now I've got a nice texture on this mask that will grab that paint really nice. Go dogs. How did you figure all this out? You're going to be a little surprised, but as you're working with this stuff, you learn things. You just learn, and I don't repeat mistakes. I try not to anyway. I really, whenever I do stuff, most times I do it for the first time. I'm just seeing something here I don't like. Looks like there's a little dent that I didn't see, but I can fix it. It's right underneath that eye cut, right underneath the eyebrow. And I can fix that. That's just little things that show up. How did I figure it all out? Well, I'm a firm believer in getting your hands dirty. You're not going to learn anything unless you get your hands dirty. You have to work things to learn things. You're not going to learn everything from a book because, especially in the art area, art is very hands-on. It's like somebody learning how to play the piano or anything like that. You can't learn without getting your hands in there and working those keys and understanding what you're doing. Yeah, you can read music and you can do all that, but that doesn't teach you rhythm. It doesn't give you the chops. And just like anything else, you have to get your hands and watch a lot of videos. Watch other people. I'll tell you a guy I watch that I really, really like. He doesn't consider himself a great sculptor in that department, but he's a monster maker, and his name's Alan Hops at Stilt Beast Studios. Now, what's amazing about him is he has a haunt in Texas. Now, his haunt, he just bought it last year or the year before. He now owns the haunt. I'm trying to remember the name of the haunt. Man, Alan, forgive me. I can't. Dark Hour. The haunt is called Dark Hour. Now, Alan used to work for Disney World. I don't know exactly how he started or when he started, but he's been doing it for a long time. And Alan Hops doesn't just, yo, Pipe Master, here we are, baby. Alan Hops doesn't just work on mask making. He makes masks, he makes props, he makes costumes, he does everything. What's amazing about Alan Hops is at Stilt Beast Studios, Stilt Beast, as in stilts, standing on stilts, beast as in, beast mode, stiltbeaststudios.com. Look him up. And you'll see that he'll find ways to make things on the cheap because he's always working with a really tight budget. So it's really awesome. And I learned a lot through him. And I have to say this, I think I learned how to think like him by watching a lot of his. I followed him for about 10 years. I've always watched this video stuff. I've watched it for a long time. I just never had the chance to get into it because of my other job. So, but Alan Hops was one of the guys that I really watched the most. And then I did go out to Nick Mulpagano. I ordered his videos because he was the only one at the time that was really doing a Michael Myers and showing you how to do Michael Myers. And I ordered his videos, and thank you, Nick Mulpagano, because he was also part of the reason why I got into the Michael Myers. Although Michael Myers is a passion of my own, has been since I was 16 years old, and I saw the movie live for the first time in 1978 at 16 years old. Yes, I did. I saw that at 16 with my two cousins, and that was a trip in itself, but it was fun. It was the funnest movie I ever went to. Let's just say that. Um, and we went to a theater. Yes, we were at a theater. Anyway. But this is the flashback V2 flashback FB78. There it is right there. That's the new logo. V2 FB78 by Custom Corpses. All this is going to be hidden. You won't be able to see it underneath the hair. It's just that when somebody does pull the hair off, you'll be able to see this, the Custom Corpses, if you lift the hair up. But the glue line will be right above the Custom Corpses for the hair. And I just think this is a better look, having the back of the neck plain. And I've actually had a few people say, it's better if you don't show a logo on the back of the neck. And I've always kind of thought that anyway. So yeah, I think we're really got something here. I think this is going to be a how do they say it? Probably looking at a bag of money here. That's for sure. I can't remember what I guess I called it something else. I forget. But anyway, cash cow. That's what I kept calling it, a cash cow. This is going to be a cash cow. Problem is, I'm only a one-man band. I might have to bring Pipe Master into the fold and show him how to slush cast. You won't have to do anything artistic. You can actually. I'll have him do the hair. Yes, Pipe Master is awesome with the hair. So we're gonna have Pipe Master do the hair. And if I get really busy, I'm not kidding, Pipe Master. I'm gonna reach out to you and have you come into the neighborhood and try to, especially in the summer months, get your hands dirty. And I know how I'm going to work that deal out with you too. At first, I think what I'll do with you is for every 2 masks you get done for me, I'll probably give you a blank that you can make and sell, and you'll be making them and selling them yourself. Hell yeah. Until I get on my feet. I got to be able to make some money first. I can't. I made a little bit of money with the other mask. I made about $3 grand. I made about 3,000 over. Yeah, Banduma, a lot of people feel the same ways. Mike's Horror Corner, yes, Mike. I think it does too. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Banduma wishes he saw the movie in the theater. I get it because it was the first of its kind. And Nick Castle, he didn't really play Michael Myers. He just walked around with a mask. Although I'm going to give credit to John Carpenter more than Nick Castle, and I'll say this, and this is the reason why. It's because John Carpenter really gave him direction. He saw something in Nick that said, you know what? I like the way he walks. I like the way I need him because he was, I guess, graceful, as John Carpenter has openly said in interviews. John Carpenter had the foresight to see Nick Castle as a really good shape. And you know what? The movie don't, the results of the movie, hands down, although James Jude Courtney, man, I gotta say, I think so far he has been the best Michael Myers. Although I don't like Halloween Ends, I can't stand that movie. But as far as Michael Myers go, I think he's the best of all of them. I know I love Nick Castle, I do, I love him, but I think that there was just something about the strength, the power that James Jude Courtney had that brought him back to life. I don't know. There was just something different about James Jude Courtney that really was good. But he also really he kind of mimicked what Nick Castle did. He really did. I like the way Dick Warlock played in H2, the original H2. And the reason why I like Dick Warlock's version of it is because he played him as though he wasn't alive anymore. He actually played him as somewhat of a zombie. That it just gave it that. I mean, you got to remember, he got 6 shots, shot off the balcony. When you saw the original 1981 Halloween 2 and he was still alive, it's just inhumanly possible for somebody to survive that. And at that point, Michael Myers felt supernatural. And Dick Warlock played him perfectly in that situation. From the time he walked through that glass door when Jamie Lee Curtis was being chased out of the parking lot, she went in, and then he just kind of crashed right through that door, just in zombie state of mind. He just come right through that door, not even second thought. He just seemed very zombie-ish, and Dick Warlock really pulled that off. Now I don't know if that was directed for him to do that. I'm sure it was, but I love the whole series. I really do. I love my favorite Halloweens is Halloween 1, the original Halloween 2, 1981, Halloween 40, Kills, and they're my 4 movies. They're my 4 over everybody else. And now the rest of them weren't bad. I'm not saying that they're bad, but they were my 4 main ones that I really liked the most. I think the other ones lacked, I hate to say it, the other ones lacked the mask. The mask sells it. It really does. You've got to have that right mask. Mask is an important thing about it. When you want to buy this mask, you want it to be really good. You want it to be accurate. Okay, so let me read all your comments here. Sculpt looks incredible. That's Mike Horror Corner. Banduma, man, I wish I could. I've seen H1 in the theaters. Go Dogs. No one played him the way Nick Castle did. No, and even Nick Castle, I'm going to say James Jude Courtney actually copied Nick Castle, but he really pulled it off. He really was good. I liked him. So let's move on to the next. No one played him like Nick. Go Dogs. Halloween 2 was actually my favorite. I think it was actually good because it was such a different way of telling the story. Okay. My favorite was Dick Warlock was so scary. Yeah, because he was very zombie-ish. He didn't seem human. Asylum, what's happening, buddy? Hey, there you are, buddy. Asylum's back in the house. Where was I? Well, I've been working. I've been very busy on the weekends with my job. Yeah, well, I mean, James Jude Courtney was disrespect. I wouldn't call it disrespected because it doesn't. I don't think it's anything against James Jude Courtney as the actor. He played him amazingly. He really did. He nailed the Nick Castle feel. He really did, more than anybody ever did. He really had that Nick Castle feel. Only he was bigger and stronger and more devastating. That's why I give James Jude Courtney the edge over Nick Castle, because he was just a little bit more just brute force. Okay, let's get off of that subject, because I know people will disagree with me, and that's okay, because everybody likes what they like. All right, so let me go back up here and read off. Okay, Asylum's back in the house, and I got to show you the update. I've got it out of focus now, but this is the flashback. Uh, okay, not a fan of the Rob Zombie Halloween films, but The Mask is too good. I'm not a fan of The Mask either, of the Rob Zombie. I'm just not. It just looked too, I don't know. There was something about it that I didn't like, and I didn't like some of the features in The Mask. Anyway, but that's your choice. If you like it, you love it. And don't. And you know what? I'm not trying to chase you away from you. You got to stick. I want everybody to love everything Halloween, every movie. Will I ever make like Halloween 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I will never make any of those masks, because I'm not a fan of those movies, and I just don't think I could put my heart and the amount of work that it takes to accomplish these sculptures this accurately. I don't have it in me to do it for any of those other movies. It's just not my thing. Why is it so blurry? So it looks very blurry to me. Out of focus. I know what it is. I'm in. I got to get out of frame, because it's grabbing my. There we go. Now I think it's this bar here. I think it's this that's taking me out of focus. Anyway, I'll move the camera in if I have to. So I got my silicone sitting over here. Let me read some more comments. Hold on. Not a fan of the Robs. Not a fan of the Robs. Okay, I thought you said you were Halloween films, but The Mask is too good. Okay, you love that mask, and that's the one you need to buy. The Shape of Winter. Boyakakasha, whatever the hell. What did you say? Break that up. Booyaka. Booyakasha. I don't know. Booyakasha. Booyakasha. I think that's what it is. Did I say it right? Booyakasha. I actually like that phrase. That could be a name of a mask. Booyakasha. Asylum Horror Dude, the Hospital Dream Sequence, Rob Zombie Mask. I'm a favorite version. Okay, your favorite. It's your favorite version. Whatever makes it work for you, man. We're all good. This is all every. It doesn't matter which mask you like, which movie you like. As long as it's Halloween, it's good. So, and I can watch any one of those movies. I can even watch Rob Zombie's, but I'm just not a fan of the way the storyline was, because I thought it was too. I didn't like the backstory stuff. I didn't like all this talk. It's how did he become Michael Myers and all that. I don't like that stuff. I get it. It's a way of telling a story, but it was too. I don't want to say dark. It was too twisted, just really demented. That's the right word, demented. I'm not into demented. That's why I never liked the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I hated that movie. It was scary. I'll give you all that, but it was twisted. It was demented. It was sick, and that's not. I'm not into gore just to be into gore. I need a good story. I need something that's scary. Doesn't have to be gory. Gory doesn't make a scary movie. Just makes it demented. Just makes it twisted. Makes it, gross. So okay, but people are into that sort of thing. So that's all good. Can't forget the guy who played the flashback. Yeah, the guy that played the flashback was good too. I just don't know his name. Does anybody know his name? The Shape of Winter. What's the progress on the sculpt? It's ready. We're just going to silicone this in the next day or two. Arian Armstrong. I'm curious. I wonder how old Aaron Armstrong. I wonder how old he was. He couldn't have been that old. And everybody needs to thank Pipe Master, because this thing would not exist if it wasn't for Pipe Master, because I was not going to make this mask, because I was like, I wasn't sure about the mask at that time. I really wasn't. But he hounded me. He's like, man, you got to make that mask. You got to make that mask. You got to make that mask. Out of all other masks, put everything up on the shelf. Make this mask. Well, once I was bought in, and I seen how many, because I think what it was is partially the reason it got a lot of negativity. This mask got a lot of negativity in the very beginning. All this negativity for this mask, but yet it's sought out. Everybody wants this mask. So tell me, what's wrong with this picture? You know, if everybody wants the mask, the flashback mask, how can you hate it? I don't get it. I wasn't hating on the mask. I never hated it. I actually liked it when I saw it in the theater. When I saw the mask, I thought, man, that looks really good. Wow, they really captured that, you know, the original mask really good. And but I thought, well, if I'm going to make the original, I might as well do the original mask. All right, so let me read some more before it gets out of hand here. Bandung, we can't forget the guy who played Flashback. Shapeshifter, what's the progress on the sculpture? It is finished, and it is ready for silicone. That's what I'm doing. Asylum Beyond, I'm sad that Jude Courtney, Michael Myers was disrespected in Halloween Ends. The movie sucked. That's just the way it is. You know, it has nothing to do with any of the actors. The movie just sucked. Bad writing, bad storyline, just really bad. Horror Dude. I feel like you'd make a great Friday the 13th Jason mask. I would love to. I might tackle that in the future. I really might. I might go after it. I might, because I like Jason as well. I do like Jason. But I don't like the very first movie. I like the movie for the movie itself, but there was no Jason in it, you know, other than the very end when he jumped up out of the lake and pulled over the girl in the boat. But there was no Jason. It was the mother, and I didn't like the movie. It was a disappointment. But when Jason started finally playing, it was in the movie, and I don't even think I liked the second one. I think the third one and the fourth one. And when he started wearing a hockey mask, that's when I thought, yeah, that's cool. The hockey mask sold it for me. So, the franchise Halloween Ends mask is my favorite in the franchise. Yes, well, I mean, the hero is the 1978 mask. Asylum Halloween Kills was gory. It was gory, and it just lacked story. It just didn't have it. Didn't have anything really. Just poor. Just piss poor. It was a really bad movie. Aaron Armstrong, yes, Pipe Master Aaron Armstrong. Asylum Beyond the Dead, Aaron Armstrong played the Michael Myers in Flashback. That's who played Flashback. I got that from Shape of Winter. The Asylum Beyond the Dead. Fun fact, Pipe Master played Michael Myers in the flashback scene. When we first see Michael Myers, I'm honestly jealous. Okay. See that, Pipe Master? You have become Michael Myers in the flashback mask. So I guess that means I got to give Pipe Master the very first copy, right? Yes, he gets a prototype. Pipe Master is actually going to get a prototype of this. The very first mask goes to James Carter. James Carter, I'm sending him the #1 copy. All of us, including myself, we're getting prototypes. James Carter gets the #1. He's also going to paint my masks. He loves the sculpture. He loves it. He absolutely is blown away by it. So I'm looking forward to. Let me try to bring that camera in a little bit, because it's just out of focus. Sucks. Let me bring the camera in a little bit, and I'll show you what I got. So I've got my silicone is in this two buckets there, and then this is the plasti paste hard shell. It's the hard shell that goes around the silicone. That's the silicone there. That's this, and that's the plasti paste, and this is the thickener, Thivax. Thivax. It thickens the silicone so I can. It'll stay on vertical surfaces. Yeah, I don't like that it's out of focus. Wow, it's really struggling to stay. It's very blurry. Very blurry. Let me try and do this. Get everything out of camera shot. What the hell? Whoa. That's not going to work. Damn it. Of course this thing came off. Hold on. No, it's not. Okay, that's better. Make sure I'm in frame still. Bring the light back over so you can see what's going on. That would help. Ah. It's still fuzzy. I just think it's the internet. I really do. Very blurry. Yeah, I need that closer to me. I can't read that damn text. All right, let's see. All right, Asylum, fun fact, Pipe Master played. Yeah, okay. We read that one already. Horror dude, people just like to troll. Don't listen to them so much. Your mask is great. I don't listen to. I mean, I'm all about constructive criticism. It's never about. Yes, I'll be siliconing it. I just showed you the silicone. I'll be doing it after the weekend though because I'm very busy. Let me show you the dead on shot. Yes, and I'll tell you another thing that a lot of people overlook that even James Jude Courtney didn't do. You need that killer's perspective. His vision, you know, when he was looking at people, stalking people. Man, that's such a missing element from the Myers, you know, from all of them. I think everyone except for Halloween 1 and 2 had that stalking of, you know, him watching people. And that is a really creepy element of seeing him watch people. Not so much through his eyes, but like, you know, you're seeing it behind the shoulder shot, you know, and him watching somebody walking down the street or, you know, watching them through the window. You know, you need that perspective. You need that's the one element they missed. They really missed hard on that. I don't know why they didn't use it, but none of the movies did that. And the breathing, definitely. Breathing is really important, you know, because it just gives it that, it just makes it very edgy. It creates suspense. You hear the breathing, you know he's right there somewhere. You just don't know where. Okay, let's see. Are you molding it? Yes, I am. Have you seen Nick posted a picture on his Instagram of his 13 mask mold broken. Really? Well, what did he do? Resculpt? No, I think he had to have made a copy of it. I mean, that'd be silly not to. His 13 mask. I mean, you could break a mold, but that doesn't mean you don't have a master copy. I have master copies. When I make this, once I make the silicone master, um, I can make all the clay pools I want. But in that silicone master, I can also pour up a resin, a very hard copy of it. So this way, I never lose any of the size, and I have a hard resin copy that's indestructible. And if I need to recast it, I can put silicone right over top of that resin and make another resin mold. And that's what I do with mine. So I never have to worry about resculpting it from the scratch. I don't ever have to do that. What's really cool about this, guys, is I'm going to make the 2018 from this sculpture. I'm also going to make the kills from this sculpture and the ends mask. Other than the fact that the movie sucked, the ends mask I really, really, really liked. And I'm going to still make all three of these versions from the sculpture. Yes, the eyes will be altered a little bit. It's going to be altered. Um, but I think I'm going to stick with this mask, and eventually I will make an original 78. I have an LC that's coming out that's actually a life cast from William Shatner. That's going to be available, and I'm actually going to make that into a Kirk mask. I'm not going to do the eye cuts out. I'm going to put the eyes back the way. I'm going to have it look like Captain Kirk, and then you guys can send it off, do whatever you want. You can have somebody else paint it. You can buy it as a blank. My blanks sell for $2 to $2.50, depending on what depending on how the quality of the mask and everything. So it's just the thickness of it and everything else. So I do know this that mask is going to be a small mask. Um, yeah, the LC is going to be aged too. It's all going to be aged as well. It's all going to be look. I'm going to make it look like the 2018, and and so on and so forth. I'm going to do the same thing to the LC mask, but I'm in no rush for that. I'm focused on one mask at a time here, and this one's the one I got to focus on because it's taken the longest to get this right. It really is a difficult sculpture. The Night Creeper, I kind of put that on the shelf for now. I'm not in any rush for that. I have the mold. I'm probably going to pour up a head at some point, probably in the slow season. I'm coming into the busy season now, from now until probably until after October. Once October's over. But then again, this mask is liable to keep me on my toes year round. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to find that out, aren't we? Um, I'm liable to be selling this mask year round. And hopefully the economy turns around and people start making money again. And, you know, the collectors will definitely come after this, I think. I think they really will. So, oh, I meant to ask you, Asylum, because you're the one that usually busted my balls so much on the way the mouth didn't dip down far enough. This thing is on the friggin' money now, man. The dip down in here. Check that out. Take a close look at that. Yeah, I can't focus. It's not a focus problem. It's just blurry. Okay, have you seen the posted? Yeah. Wait, I got slow down a little bit, Asylum, because other people need to speak too, and I just don't. I want them. I don't want anybody getting cut off. Wow, there's 10 people on with me right now. You don't want to flood the. Don't flood. Don't try not to throw too many comments up at one time, because other people. Oh, I'm not altering them. They are on the money. They're right on the money. There's nothing to change. Nothing to change. Everything on here is done. It is finished. Damn it, I wish this wasn't so out of focus. Take it off the stand for a second. Now, I'm really close to this thing. I'm like 2 feet away, and it makes the face look very narrow. But look at the lip line. You can see it's right on the money. It really is. The check mark, this cheek line looks really good, and it goes right into the shape of this. Yeah, it's just right on the money. Everything's on the money. The jawline is square now. See it? Square. And it has the bump out right here where it's supposed to be on both sides. And you look how even my... Yes, Angela, we can. Yeah, the jawline looks even on both sides. It really does. It's really close. The lips look amazing. This mask looks a lot better if you're far enough. You have to be far away. You got to be at least 6 feet away to film this with an iPhone. And I'm only about 3 feet away. See, I have the jawline there too. It's squared off. So if you guys hit the like button, please. Share the content. Let people know what I'm doing here. If you guys are friends on my Facebook under John Hickman, on Messenger, I'll send you pictures that you can share with everybody of this mask. What did you say? Hold on. The original FB is probably jealous. Oh, there it is right up there, guys. I have it on my... That's my copy of the original FB78, but the lips are too narrow and the eye cuts are too big. Now, the dummy that it's on, the eyes are too small. They're too close. That mask is pretty big on there. But I just put it on there just for shits and giggles. Shits and giggles. It's not a bad looking mask. It's just the eye cuts are just a little too big for my liking. These eye cuts are not even nearly as big as that. They are on the money though, man. They really look good. You know, see if you look at that. Oh, come on. See those eye cuts there? That's the screen used mask right there. Yeah, we got it, man. I've adjusted the chin. Chin's rounder here now, and it cuts into it further. So it created that deeper look on the inside here, and it has the bumps on both sides like it's supposed to. On the inside of this lower lip, there's bumps inside of that. Yeah, I don't know why Nick. He doesn't really answer the question. He never, he avoids answering that question whenever he, talks about the. Let me put this back on the stand because I can't really read the comments. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why Nick Mulpagano. I zoomed in too much. You still love your mask, man? Wait till you get this mask. You're gonna be like, okay, you're gonna shelf the other one. Oh man, I hate to say it, but I'm even shelving mine. I'm not going to produce that mask unless somebody really asks for it, and I won't be charging that much for it. Um, I'll probably sell it for like 250, 300, because I don't think it's, now that I have this done, uh, I got to shrink down a little bit more. Now that I have this one done, this is so much better. It is so much. It's like a whole nother level. Whole nother level. Yes, it's done. It is really done, man. This bad boy is really looking good. I just wish, damn, I don't know why when I'm far away that it gets blurry. I picked it up off the stand and started putting it in there. It was just weird. The internet's been crap. Flashback sculpture is complete, but I have a feeling this FB is going to be my favorite. Oh, I think it's going to be everybody's favorite, including myself. Uh, and believe me, this is the last flashback I'm making. I won't make another one. This is it. Um, I don't think I can do it better. That's the truth. I don't think I can get it any better than what it is right now. I really can't. I know I can't. And when you feel that way about a mask and you're not questioning this or questioning that, uh, you're done. So now I make this. I'm going to make I made the silicone mold, and then I'm going to make a resin hard copy of it, and I'm also going to be making a resin master mold to slush cast latex mask in. This way, the master mold will never go bad. It'll be a resin hard plastic uh, mold that will never go bad. So, and I'll just slush cast. I won't be able to dwell cast in a slush in a resin mold, um, but I'll be able to make. Now, there's going to be three sizes. I'm praying that I can get 26. That'll be the original, what it is now. 26, 25, and a 24. That's where I'm hoping it lands. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. We have to see how it comes into play. This may even only be two sizes. I don't know. I got to see how the shrinkage goes. So we'll see. I don't know about that. I mean, if you really like something, you'll spend the time sculpting it. Nick Molpagano not liking the mask. He did say to me that he's a real fan of the original mask. That's what he really focuses on, and that's his true passion. And I understand that because honestly, I felt the same way. I wasn't going to do this. If it wasn't for Pipe Master, I would not have done this mask. I'm dead serious. Um, and the hardest part for me doing this mask was taking my eyes or my vision. I stopped thinking about what I thought it should look like. And I had to start thinking of like, okay, look at the pictures and follow the pictures. Don't follow what you think it should be. Because that's our tendency as artists and sculptors. We always have our own little twist on it. And that's not something I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that I followed the details that I can find in pictures to make it look exactly the way it's supposed to look. And because when I first started this thing, it looked kind of like the damn night creeper. And I kept having tendencies of doing the same habits with the night creeper. And I just said, wait a minute, stop. Stop everything. Stop trying to create that. Pay attention to the pictures and constantly look at the pictures constantly. Don't don't not look at the pictures and just kind of freestyle it, because if you freestyle it, you always lean to what you think is your perfect Michael Myers. You can't do that. You have to really follow the pictures, and that's what I did, and that's how I got steered clear of. This looks totally different than my Night Creeper. Totally different. Matter of fact, let me show you the Night Creeper next to it. It is so different. It's not funny. It's ridiculously different. I mean, look how much different this looks compared to that sculpture. Just totally opposite, just totally different. It's not a bad looking mask, but it's just not, it's not a flashback. Flashback is its own, has its own identity. It really does. Night Creeper's a nice mask, don't get me wrong. But it's definitely not a, it's not a flashback. There's things about this mask I really like too, the Night Creeper. And there's a few things that I got to fix with the next clay pool. When I do another clay sculpt of this Night Creeper, I got to fix this right eye. The right eye seems like it's bulging out just a little too much. The eye cuts are the right size. It's just got this bulge look to it, and it doesn't look right to me. Yeah, it's got to come back some, but no big deal. That's an easy fix. But I'm not doing that for any length. I'm a ways off from doing anything with the Night Creeper. I really am. I am not looking to do that anytime soon. I'm focused on this. I am focused on the flashback mask. And then it's going to be LC. And next fall, I don't know, we'll see how the summer goes and see how busy I am with this flashback. But I want to start aging it. I'm going to start aging it. What do you guys think? Should I do the LC right after the? Well, I'm going to do the LC anyway. I'm going to get the LC done. I'm going to get that done pretty quick, and then put that and get that sent off and done up. I'm going to get the LC, but that's going to be a Kirk mask. That's not going to be a Myers mask. The LC is going to be a Kirk mask. And then you guys can have the eye cuts cut out yourself if you want to turn it into a Michael Myers mask. But I would recommend sending that to James Carter if you ever decide to overhaul it into a Michael Myers mask. I would definitely send it to James Carter. He's good. He is the best, I think. You know, we're trying to work it out where he's going to be he's going to be doing my blanks. I still have to work it out with him. So I'm hoping we can do business together. I know he's got a lot of people, and apparently he's got a 3-year waiting list for his. Now I don't know how true it is. So James Carter, if you hear this video, you see this video, and correct me if I'm wrong. I heard your waiting list is pretty long, but if it isn't, I'll straighten it out on the next video real quick. But I'll have to get. I have to talk to James more about this because I've been talking to him. He's seen my sculpture. He loves it. He's absolutely in love with it, and he really wants that LC mask as well. He wants that LC, and he wants to work with that. So I'm going to send him off two of each of these, of the flashback and two of the LCs, and let him work his magic with it. And then I'm going to use that mask to advertise his work, his paint scheme. And if you want to buy a blank from me, um, I'll buy the deal is you buy a blank and then I send that directly to James Carter, but that's if you want it done. Some people want to try and do it themselves. The one thing I don't do is I don't leave the eye cuts in, because then people can foam fill it. They can do what, I cut the eye, the nose. I put the seam in the mouth. Well, I don't really do the seam in the mouth. I don't like that. But I do the ear holes, the nose holes, the eye cuts, the slit in the back. That's all done. And the paint job is on you, and hairing is on you. You can have at it. The mask is going to be $250 as a blank, but I will not leave the eye cuts uncut, because if I leave them, somebody could foam fill it and then master it and copy the mask. I will never let that happen. So, and believe me, people have tried foam filling these latex masks and making replicas of it and trying to do that, trying to basically steal your work. They can't get away. It doesn't work, because the foam expands. If you don't actually have the mother mold, the hard mother mold shell, the foam will overexpand and distort the cheeks and it just distorts the mask too much. And this mask will be a thin casted mask. It won't be very thick. So it'll get distorted very easily. So there's reasons for things. People, I always say to myself, what's stopping people from doing a 3D scan and scanning it? Well, if you're going to go that far and you're going to do all that, I know every artist knows their work. They really do. They know their work inside and out. And if I ever found anybody replicating my mask and selling it, I'm protected. Everything's copyright protected with my work. That is a fact. I will come hard after somebody if they did that. No joking around. Not saying any of you guys are doing that, but I'm just saying, God knows anybody that, thinks that they got it. Hey, you know what? I'm going to reproduce this myself. Especially when something's real accurate and it's really close, you're always going to have that one person that's going to try and steal your work. Now, I didn't replicate anything. I sculpted this from the ground up, just like anybody else would have. But we're still copying copyrighted stuff. We're replicating, but there's a fine line. It's still my art. And you're buying my art. You're not buying a copy of a copy, or a copy of a master. This is my own artwork. So that's why people don't really get sued for making replicas of the Myers masks. Now, the other thing too is you can't sue it. Like I can't make this say sell this sculpt to a big company so they can mass produce it. No, I only make what I can make. I don't try to mass produce this thing. I'm not going to do that. That's not going to be, I can only do so many per year, and that's the plan. So, and you better, if you really want to get one of these, man, you gotta now. You guys, Pipe Master, Asylum, you guys have been there from the start. I promised you one of these masks, and you're getting this mask. You will get this mask finished. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Banduma. A lot of people bashed this mask in the beginning, and I was like, I don't know why would they bash this? It looked really good on screen. It was really awesome looking. And I really liked it in the movie, but it got so much negative feedback. I was like, well, I'm not going to make that mask if everybody hates the mask. I thought about it. I was like, man, I really like that mask, and I thought about making it, but that door got slammed. And then Pipe Master, he opened up my eyes to the truth of how the people really felt in the mask community that were collectors that really liked that mask. So I don't know where the negativity came from or how true it really was. It obviously wasn't all that true. So Asylum is asking Banduma, is the flashback mask your favorite from the trilogy? Banduma still loves his mask. No, it's a good looking mask, Banduma. It's not a bad looking mask. I just think that I'm a perfectionist, and if it isn't perfect, I know it, and there's something that needs to be fixed. And I kept working on this. This is perfect. I I love the way this is. I don't think I could change anything. I just know that I'm at the finish line with it. I really know that I can't do any better than what I've done right here. This is the finished mask. This is the flashback, and the only flashback that I'll ever be selling going forward. Uh, and once I make the master copies, that's it. I'm moving on to other projects, and that's going to be aging this into the 2018, and so on and so on. That's the plan going forward. Um, yeah, man. Then once I get all these once I get this trilogy done, then my plan. I was going to do a. I just don't know how much time. How long all this is going to take. We're going to find out. Plus, it's expensive to make the molds. It's very expensive. Like that, those two boxes I just showed you guys on film. It's over $500 worth of stuff right there. That's just to make the silicone master. That's not resin. That's not the resin part of it yet. I'm telling you, to make the mold for this in resin, we're looking at probably $1,000 by the time you're all said and done to make the master mold. So I can make latex masks from a resin mold. You're looking at $1,000 worth of product, you know, plus all the time sculpting and everything. So it takes a while to make your money back with these masks. It really does. Um, but I'm going to be selling them year round. I won't have to deal with the cement, or I want to say Ultra Cal 30, the plaster. In the wintertime, I'll be able to pour up these masks year round because they're going to be in resin molds. They're not going to be in. They're not going to be in. They're not going to be in stone molds like I've been doing them. I'm going to shrink them with latex mask in stone molds. I have to shrink them down to make the master copies in a small version. But once I make the resin copies over top of the latex pulls, foam filled pulls, then I'll have the finished. I'll have all of them finished. It'll be great, man. I'll be able to really make a lot of great masks. I'll be able to really make a lot of great masks, and I think that's. So I got a ways off before I even get to the third, like the 24-inch mask from here. First thing I have to do is I make the silicone master copy, right? Then when I make the silicone master, all right, then what I do is I take that silicone off of there, and hopefully there's no damage. I don't think it will be damaged at all. All right, it won't be damaged. All right, you take that silicone off of there, and then I do a naphtha wash down lightly because you want to make sure that silicone. You want to make sure the surface is somewhat clean. All right, so I'll clean it and then retexture it. All right, then what I do is I stone this. All right, then I'll make a inside the stone mold. I'll make a latex copy. I'll foam fill it. That'll shrink down 2 inches. That'll make it the smaller. That'll make the smaller mask, maybe an inch and a half, about inch and a half. It shrinks down. That'll make the smaller mask. And then I'll stone that. And then that'll shrink down another inch, inch and a half, and that'll bring me down to the 24-inch mask. And that's how you shrink the mask. Uh, I've seen people say that they've made masks bigger, blowing them up. I don't know how do you blow a mask up? I don't get how you do that. I don't know how you can increase the size of a mask. I know that I think you can only shrink them because latex shrinks. It doesn't get bigger. So I just don't know how that method works. Anyway, so that's the plan for this. I have to get this one done in silicone. Then 2 stone molds are made over top of, like, first stone mold goes over the clay. Then I make a latex inside of that, and I foam fill that, and that'll shrink up another inch, inch and a half. Then I do another stone copy over top of that latex mask that's foam filled, and you keep working from there. That's how you keep doing this. So yeah, that's what we do. That's how you do it. Yeah, Van Duma, I'll make sure that you get within the top. It's going to be one of these things where it's going to be test marketed on eBay, but I'm going to have a set price on it, and I think because it's so good, I mean, I know that NAG charges $600 for their mask. Um, I don't know. Do I do 500? Maybe 500, just to be fair. 500, buy it directly from me. 600, um, or you test the waters on eBay in an auction, and we know how that sometimes gets carried away. Um, but you can buy them directly from me. Um, I think I'm going to set the price at 500 for these, finished, and they're going to look. I mean, this thing's going to look so cool. It's going to really look good. I'll tell you what I'm shooting for. This is the look I'm looking for. See this picture here? That's the paint scheme right there. What do you think of that? Yes, I really, you have a shot at it. I mean, I don't know how fast anybody's going to order one. Um, I got to zoom back out. Yeah, I don't want to go crazy. I don't want to go 600 because I think 600 is, it just puts it a little out of price for everybody. I think 500 is pretty high too, but I mean, I just don't know. Here's what it is, and this is the truth. I don't want to be killing myself. I want to sell masks, but I don't want to have to work every day. I might have to anyway, even at that price. But if I start getting orders like crazy, where I can't keep up with it, then I'm going to increase the price because I just want to slow them. I want to slow it down. That's the truth. That is the truth because I'm a one man operation and I'm 62 years old. Uh, I can only handle so much. I can't. I'm not young where I can just work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I can't do that anymore. I just have too many other things going to at the same time. I also have my other business that I deal with, which I'll probably give up if I really do good in this business. I'll probably end up retiring from that altogether. Um, yeah, I think 500. Believe me, this mask is going to be unbelievable. This my paint scheme is going to be on fire. Uh, I know what I want, how I want to present this mask as far as the paint scheme. But there's going to be heavy weathered ones, and then there's going to be ones that don't have as heavy weather. There's still going to be weathering because I don't think you can make a plain white mask look good. It just looks awful. I don't think a plain white mask looks good at all. You got to have some weathering to it. Um, the shadowing has to be in there into the eyes. Uh, the markings on the cheeks have to be there. They have to be just emphasized slightly. It's not a lot of weathering in there. Then you got the overall weathering, the different, just dirtied up, and you got your weathering in here and the scowl, right in here, 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 in here, in this area, on both sides, cheek, especially up underneath the lips itself. Oh yeah, there's a lot that goes into these paints, the paint job. I can't wait though. I'm super excited for this. I am. But like I said, the reason why uh, you know, supply and demand is a real thing. You know what I mean? What happens is if I can't keep up with this, I gotta raise the price to keep me from killing myself. So, and that's really the truth. Um, and I think that's why there's only a few guys out there that make huge money on their masks because they just can't keep up with them. And some of them have. I don't know if Nag has a lot of people working for them. I don't know. I don't know how big his company is. I don't know if he's got two or three guys working or five guys. Who the hell knows? Um, I just know that they have a waiting list for their masks. Now I'm sure, like this is the off season, but it's going to start getting busy again. Once you get into like, I'm going to say, I think the season really starts for this mask, for all the masks, is I'm going to say probably June. Then you're going to start looking to purchase because what happens is a lot of you guys know if you don't get in on early, there's a chance you won't get it in time for Halloween. That's the scary part. Man, it looks good. Ooh, I am so pumped for this sculpture. The head shape is perfect. Yeah, man. See, it's that shadow disappears in direct light, but it's there. It's there. That's the magic of this mask. It's just really the subtleties in the sculpture are there. It's really, really captivating. It's a beautiful mask, man. It's going to be a beautiful mask. Can't wait till I get it finished. It is on the money. Super excited over this. What's happening, RBH? Yeah, we're at the finish line. This is ready for silicone. I'm going to do silicone probably after the weekend. I need a day where I can't be bothered from anybody. I can't have anybody around me, nothing. But I'm going to end this stream, guys. I'm glad you joined. Yeah, James Carter is getting one of these. He's getting actually two of these at the size he prefers. He's going to be able to choose what size he wants once I make all three sizes. Um, and he's going to get two of them. One's going to be for me, and one's going to be for him. And he's also going to get an LC because he loves this mask. He loves the sculpture. Some of his texts were like, "Oh my God, that's amazing." That's exactly what he said. No, I'm not kidding. And yeah, he was blown away by the sculpture. He really was. And I was like, wow, okay, that says a lot coming from James Carter. Whew, yes, that says a lot, you know. So yeah, he's blown away by the sculpture, and he's looking forward to getting this in his hands. And I am too, man. I can't wait to see his work on that. Man, can you imagine what that's going to look like with his paint job on that? Phew, whew, man, that's just a whole nother level of goodness. Oh, yes, sir. James Carter's. I already reached out to James Carter several times. We've been chatting back and forth for the last month and a half. I've never met James Carter until a pipe master actually introduced me to him. I never got to talk to him. And Pipe Master buys a lot of his masks, and that's how he has direct contact with him. Panduma, I don't want to blow up too much. I really don't. I honestly, I'm dead serious because I don't think I can keep up with that kind of stress. If I get that busy, I'll hire an artist. I have to hire an artist with me, you know. And what sucks about hiring artists is it has to be done a certain way, and they've got to follow that thing, and that takes their creativity away. And I get that, but it really sucks. You know, it's just I don't think I would want to work for somebody as an artist myself and take away my ability to be creative with something. You know, so that's something I got to find somebody that's willing to follow the rules, so to speak. Don't try to overdo something, and you know you got to make it look like it's supposed to look. You know, and I've got a lot of experimentation to do. I got to get this latex. I want to get a really high quality latex too, guys. Uh, yeah, doesn't it? You know, it's and the thing is that screen you shot that you're looking at over there, that's over there on the table. It kind of matches the angle. That screenshot is taken from another computer, so it's blown out of proportion. The head looks really round, and it's not really that round. Um, the mask, the original mask, isn't that round. So that was one of the things I had to fight against when I was looking at that. You know what I used that picture for? The lips. I hope so. Bandu, I think it will. I think it's gonna because that's exactly what he's gonna end up doing. I think he's gonna once he paints one of my masks, he's probably gonna post that all over the place. And once that happens, and it's gonna be an option, and I'm only gonna do it with him, uh, because I'm doing it for somebody else that I'm friends with. I'm gonna send him a blank so he can paint it for himself. He wants to try it himself. And I've seen his work. He's got good work. So I'm like, you know what? I trust him to do a paint job on it. But I'm only doing one mask like that. Everybody else has to go to James Carter. That's going to be a must. Uh, Basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to try and work it out with him where if you want a blank, you only get a blank if I send it off to James Carter for paint job. And then you work out the deal with him. I'm not in the middle of that. You pay me $250 for the blank. I mail it off to James Carter. James Carter does the paint work, and then you have to do business with him from that point. How much does he want? How much does he get for that mask at that point? And if you don't work out a deal with him, he just sells it himself. So that's how that works. Um, and that's how it works with a lot of these mask makers. I think NAG does the same thing. If you want a NAG mask painted by James Carter, uh, you have to work that out with James Carter himself. We don't get in the middle of that as the mask. You're buying the blank from me, you're giving me $250 for it. I send it to James Carter, and he paints it, hairs it, shows you the video, shows you the pictures of it, and blah 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 blah, and then and you kind of basically ask him. You tell him you want heavy weathering, you want whatever it is you want with the mask, and then for whatever you want done to it, he does it. He hairs it, styles it, does all that stuff to it, and then uh, and then sends it off to you after you make your payment for him, whatever he charges. I don't get in the middle of what he charges. That has nothing to do with me. Uh, but James Carter will take that mask and make it a very valuable mask for you. If you had to resell that mask, you would get a lot of money for it, because anything James Carter touches is instant gold. Just so you know that. So it's worth every penny. If it cost you $1,000 to have this mask bought and then painted by him, you're going to make that back if you had to sell it. Especially, you know, and the reason why I'm going to do the blanks is because I need to I need to not have to kill myself. I'd rather sell more blanks than I would actually doing the painting and hairing and all that stuff, because that's time consuming. It literally takes a full day to paint a mask. It takes a full day to hair. Well, it doesn't take a full day to hair a mask, but about 3 hours. 3 hours to hair the mask. But it takes a full day to paint the mask. You know, getting everything right. And over here, if you can't see it, this is my spray booth. I have it inside the house now. And next week, I think even before I silicone, we're going to clean this studio up really good and really put a lot of things away. And I'm going to start putting things out in the back shed that I don't use. And I really have to empty this room out because there's just way too much stuff in here. And that's really the clutter. Everything's cluttered up because I have no place to put nothing. Everything's has no place. Nothing left. No shelves left. Nothing. So I have to work on that. All right. So Banduma, after James shows your work, though, it's going to be big. I think so too. I do. I really think so. I'm a little nervous, to tell you the truth, if it goes that big. I'm a little nervous because I'm an older guy. I'm not a young guy. You know, I can't do it all. The funny thing is, as I got closer to the finish line with this, I started getting like, oh my God, I'm going to have a hell of a time trying to keep this from not selling. That's the truth. I'm actually a little nervous because I'm just like, I hate telling people, oh, I got to wait 6 months. Man, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that says, I can get it to you next, within 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You know what I mean? I want to sell it that fast. I want to get it to your hands. I don't slack. That's one thing I don't do, guys, is I don't slack. Now, I've been slacking with the videos because I've been busy with my other business. But, and I've been working, though. I have been working on the sculpture, and I've been tweaking it and getting it perfect. But I didn't do it on film, and I thought, you know what, I haven't been on for a while, so I wanted to make sure you guys understood that I've been still working. I haven't been YouTubing as much. And the YouTube, I'm not really trying to make money on YouTube. I give up on that thought. They've taken away too many abilities. Now it's all about the shorts. Everybody's making these shorts and they're going viral and stuff. Now maybe I'll do some shorts. They're quicker. They're quick, man. Boom, boom. You do a couple shorts and they go viral, and you make some money, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. I just don't really care about it that much. I only do this to show it off to you guys. That's why I'm not like pushing hard for the YouTube channel like I was for a while there. Plus, I don't edit the videos. I can't stand editing. That bores the shit out of me. I can't stand sitting there editing video after video after video. I'm not a YouTube creator. I'm I'm a live streamer that does stuff live, and I don't want to spend hours and hours editing film. I just don't want to do that. I'm too busy working on what I'm doing. I've got my other business. I've got the sculpting. I'm going to be making masks. The last thing I'm going to do is worry about trying to make money on YouTube. So when I'm on, and you guys can join me, and we can have a party, whatever. I've got the disco lights here. Matter of fact, no, I can't do it because it's on the phone. But I can put all kinds of. I wonder if I can do that. No, I can't. I can't do it while I'm live, while I'm streaming. The app on the phone. I can't open that up. It closes the. It'll close the YouTube channel. But anyway. Yeah, James Carter's gonna get his hands on one of these. Two of these actually. One for himself and one for me. So. Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this. I think people that are going to get this mask, they're going to be blown away by it, and they're really going to be super happy. They're going to be really happy that they purchased this. And take it up a notch. If you get a blank and I send it off to James Carter and he paints it for you, man, you got yourself a gold piece there. I mean, I'm okay at painting. I'm not great. I'm not a James Carter level. The guy's been doing it for a long time, from what I understand. And he is a really, really, really good artist. He's got the colors right. He's got everything perfect. So I'm not at that level. And I'm better at sculpting. And, I'm okay at the hair. I'm not great at it. But, yeah, man. Honestly, if I'm one of you guys buying this, I would actually, if I'm one of you guys buying this, I'd buy a blank and send it to James Carter and pay the money. I would actually do that because I think this mask is that good. It's going to be well worth the money. Now, the glue line here is very subtle. It's there, but it's so subtle you can barely see it, and that's because, and on both sides it's the same way, you can put glue on top of the mask, right over top of that, and it'll look like there's glue. Put a little hair on it, whatever. This is the glue line here, it goes in, and then it checks in right there. And checks in. Yeah, man, that's gonna be good. It's gonna be a really nice mask. Man, I'm really impressed. I'll tell you, this area right here has blown my mind on how accurate I've got that. I've really got that really, really accurate. The chin, this underneath here is so difficult to do. Man, is it hard to do. To get the depth right from the top of the bottom lip to the chin has to be the right distance. Everything has to be right. It's just really tough. Getting these distances right is so important with the look of this sculpture. So let me jump off of here. I got to go to Walmart. I want to say you guys have a good night, and thank you for joining me, and have a good night. Bye.